Haha. Check, check. Check, check, check. I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. He lost his family. He lost his family. Joined the King's Navy. I let him go. I got to build a ship. Satan is my master. Trying to get things lined out here. I can't. I don't think it. My mic's not working at this moment. I don't think. Threw him in the brig. Through the big sage chew. And the big throat down in the rocks. On the rocks with it. This thing's being very, very slow. A yard to build a ship. Man, it's being slow. Must be fucking downloading updates or something. Check. Check. There it is. I seen something showing. Hello, hello, hello. I can't figure this out whether the mic's working or not. If there's anybody seeing this, let me know if my mic's working or not. I think the mic's working, but I can't tell. The meter for it is being very choppy and weird. I don't know if the audio's going through right or not. They'd been taken away. They'd been taken away. Johnny was the bright one. Timmy's off his head. Mama loved them both, at least that's what she said. I can't care about the past. You can have your children all the night. All the night. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Bugsy here. coming to you live from Oregon City, Oregon, USA. Um, I've been on the road now, traveling about 3.5 months. Uh, December 1st, I start my trip headed back to Arizona. I've been gone too long. I need to feel some sunlight on me. I need to be able to go out in the yard and take a leak because I live outside the city limits. So yeah, that's the sunlight is what's really I need that. I don't think I'm getting the right chemical reaction to make the vitamins I need without my sunlight from Arizona. Listening to some music in the background. I don't know how much of it's coming through the mic, but oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, so fun times. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I don't know why, but it seems like that was the first decent hit I've had in days. Oh, I'm enjoying listening to some music. My birthday is on Thursday this year, which in the States has meaning only because that's what they call Thanksgiving here in the States is the third, the fourth Thursday of November is is American Thanksgiving, and my birthday is coming up, and because it's on Thursday this year, it's on Thanksgiving. So I have a socially significant birthday every few years because it pops on Thanksgiving every time I'm on Thursday. It's the only thing about these headphones is they make weird noises when I forget I have them on and go to scratch my ear and smack it with the metal part of the lighter. Boom! Rings like a bell in my head. Probably hear it in the microphone too. Oh yeah, I can see the meter jump, even though the meter's being really weird, choppy right now. I should probably. I don't have. It's one thing I don't have on here is I don't have an Ethernet connection on this laptop. Wish it did. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'm bored tonight, just sitting here. I did a I did a thing that was a I tried to live the social experiment and blew all my goddamn money trying to. I mean, not that I blew a bunch of money. I didn't. I fucking just spent what I had to be disappointed. Just to be disappointed. I guess that doesn't matter. I'm here to have a smoke session. If anybody comes on and wants to chat, that's a plus because kind of just situationally bored and lonely or whatever. Rolling down to old Maui from the northerly gale, my land home. We ain't got far to roam. It's Irish months on the old Kantunka Sea. For the Nordic round hurling home to old Maui. Len down to old Maui, me boy. Len down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. The northerly gale. And cheers. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. We're onward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Down to old Maui, then down to old Maui, me boy rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. So I have found some wonderful little hiking trails off of the to stay away from the road. They're pretty cool stuff, but it's easy to get bored here. If I like at home, I don't know why, but boredom never seemed to be the issue there. The issue is avoiding hecticness in Arizona. Here, I've I have a fight against boredom. Seems like the greater northwest of the United States kind of holds that for me. It doesn't move fast enough up here. Sorry, it just doesn't. I mean, people tried talking it up to me, telling me, yeah, got the fucking this is the life, this is the center of the universe up here, and this and that. But yeah, no. Uh, uh, the there's I've yet to go to a bar here that stays open as late as they're allowed to stay open. That doesn't seem to exist up here. I mean, maybe if I went to a casino that has alcohol at it, maybe then. I don't know. But the the bars all close at like 10 or 11 here, even on the weekends. It's fucking crazy. Kind of. I mean, I'm sure if I went like into the city and went to nightclubs, it'd be different. But I'm not looking for that nightclub kind of crowd. I'd just like to find a dive bar that would stay open later. Shoot pool until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you know? Maybe fucking, you know, in Arizona you can find the little dive bars where they have the actual little fucking metal pizza oven that's made by Red Baron specifically for cooking Red Baron pizzas. You can find a bars where you can go buy Red Baron pizza to sit at the bar and eat with your fucking lukewarm fucking draft beer. And you, you don't find that shit up here. Can't find that kind of shit here. The only bars I've been into that had food, I mean, that had a decent food, sorry, but the food was what they were about, and they were basically a restaurant that served alcohol. Yeah, they had a bar and stools and bar type tables, and but and it's called the pub, but yeah, it's a pub where you'd go to eat dinner at. It's not a pub where you'd go and have everyone shit faced and singing out loud. That's the kind of pubs I like. But yeah, I don't know. Is my mic working? I don't know if my mic is working. If anyone, it says I have a viewer right now, but I don't see the little monitor bar, the thing that shows the line of how high your mic level is jumping and stuff. It's being exaggeratedly far behind my voice and very weird choppy. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I could adjust the volume on that music without interrupting it, but I can't. I can't turn it up without fucking shutting it off. Because I'm running YouTube on my phone and casting it through the TV. I mean, I could just stop casting and listen to the phone over here, but I don't know. Yeah, shitty boy, he's a shite for brains, but you're both left hanging from the same old chains. Yeah, what the fuck? Wonderful Saturday night. The Saturday night. Uh, cheers. No, that's what I love about wearing a flat cap so often too. Is is the fact that it literally is my stash pocket as well. I mean, it's not like you really get. If you go buy an ounce now, it comes in that container. It's about this big around and about fucking. It's about fucking. I don't know, 3 inches across the circle, the round end, and about 4 inches tall. And they stuff an ounce inside that son of a bitch. It's not like I can pack that in a pocket or in the stash spot in my hat, or even in the pocket on my fucking leather. That motherfucker fits tight enough. I mean, it's a crash leather. It fits my body. Not. It's not a fucking. It's not a London trench coat that hangs off of you. It's not a fucking old military wool trench coat that hangs off of you. It's a goddamn crash leather. It's meant to be on a motorcycle and let you slide across the asphalt instead of the asphalt digging into you. I don't know where I set my goddamn pipe. Oh, there it is. So, yeah. I'd have to dig in my fucking laptop backpack, dig out that fucking container I was talking about to tell you what the name of this shit is. But to me, the name never matters as much as if it's a decent buds. And they've actually, what the advantage of Oregon, or at least Oregon City being suburb of Portland, the Portland area being the area I'm speaking about right now, weed, marijuana, cannabis is dirt fucking cheap here. The ounce, the stuff that's been on the shelf too long in Arizona gets moved to the special, the cheap shelf, and you pay $65 for an ounce of it there. That's the cheapest cheap kind of shit. You can find it a little cheaper on special sales and shit, but the cheapest of the cheap there, you're gonna looking for weed at an ounce. You're looking at $65. Cleveland, what's happening, brother? Oh, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm no sound. What the fuck? It's my mic is showing. It's showing my meter's moving. My computer's being so fucking slow. Let me try this. I don't know if I can make it work even. Apparently I'm having trouble. Oh, it was your end? I was gonna. Half the time, too, I accidentally move this motherfucking switch. Yeah, it shuts it off. It shuts it off just when I bump that motherfucker. And if I'm listening, I'll be telling other people, hey, you need to turn your shit up. You need to turn your shit up. And right here on the same thing where I bump my mic to turn it off, there's a volume knob here. And I can accidentally run it up and down shit, and it end up turning my speakers in my headphones off. So then I'm not hearing other people, and other people might not be hearing me. And I don't know the difference because that motherfucker's rubbing against my fucking knee right now. And if it fucking throws a switch, it throws a switch. You know, at that point, it's like, what the fuck? Dutchman, it's rage. It fills her sails. Here, I'll dig it out so I can tell you what kind I'm smoking on. See, here's the container I was talking about. It is just a. It's just like the smaller ones that you squeeze the sides and it pops open. This is same goddamn thing. Throws a bud every time I pop it open like that, though. See, it was in the floor. It was a little one, so it was able to vacuum it up out of there. But yeah, 30 fucking bucks. 30 fucking bucks. 35 bucks, 40 bucks. 35 or 40 bucks, right? 30 to 40 bucks here in Oregon City. Pretty much standard standard popcorn buds. I mean, they're big for popcorn buds. They're tiny for fucking buds. But you know, they're in between, so they're regular buds, but they're fucking been on the shelf a month or whatever. You know what I mean? That's why it's the bottom shelf now is because it's been there a month or whatever and hasn't sold. So they sell it for fucking dirt cheap. And when I say dirt cheap, 30 bucks for an ounce to me is fucking dirt cheap. May not be to some people. I don't know of a place that's cheaper, honestly. Not that I've been able to buy from. Now, in Arizona, there's the cheapest place I know is the place I go and get $65 ounces, and it's the same type of situation. It's the weed that was on the shelf and didn't sell as fast, and was there for a month or two, and then they moved it to the bottom shelf to get rid of it. So you go in and you pay the cheapest. Why is the fucking Streamlabs ask me if I'm streaming on mobile platforms yet? I have used Streamlabs to the the bollocks, the bollocks, the bollocks. I don't know if you can hear my music in the background, but it's playing through the TV from my cell phone through the TV casting. I use YouTube Music because I use YouTube Premium because I fucking hate ads, but I kind of like creators getting a little pay. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to pay fucking. I think I'm paying 11 something a month or something like that. I was I did upgrade to the family plan so my daughter could have premium and my dad could have premium also, but it went up from 14 something a month up to like $29 a month, and I was like, I can't afford that right now. So I switched back to just the singular account. So I can still watch without my ads. My daughter and my dad got to deal with it now. I can still watch without my ads and not use an ad blocker that makes people not get paid. You know what I mean? If they've got ads on their shit, I don't see them, but they get a little bit of my fucking monthly is what it comes down to. Yeah, can you guys hear my music in the background? On if you do, it's coming through the mic right here, but the mic is directional. It points towards my mouth. The tip is a light, not the microphone. The microphone is on the inside of this little bar right here. The opening for the microphone, I should say. So it's directional. There's a this USB plug. There's two wires on the end. There's two separate dongles off the end of my headphone wire. The there's a headphone plug like the four contact standard. $18 in your guys' cash. Yeah, I think I'm paying 11 or something like that now. I was originally paying 7.99, I think, and now I'm paying 11.99 or something like that for the single. When I first switched over to the family plan, so my daughter, when I first switched over to my family plan, so my daughter and my dad could have it as well. Um, it was like $17.99. Yeah, it's like almost $30 now. It's like 27.99 or 29.99 for the family plan now. So I switched back to the singular plan because it's only 11.99 when I switched, and that's what I'm paying now. I think it would still be 7.99 for me if I hadn't have switched and then switched back. I think they do a grandfather type plan. Oh, motherfucker, did I just dump the weed I just loaded? I heard shit hit the floor, but because I had my headphones on, I couldn't get directionality. Apparently, I didn't load that much. It's down in that motherfucker. So, but I like it better that way. I like to get green hits. I load it more often, and that way I get more green hits. Well, if you hear me singing, it's because I'm singing along to the music I got going in the background. If you see me wiggling around, I'm dancing, head banging to the music. I mean, I could. I'm on my laptop, not my gaming computer. My gaming computer, I can do what I want on. I can broadcast multiple fucking screens, doing multiple things on my gaming computer. This laptop, it's basically a cloud computing computer. It doesn't have a massive internal storage to work shit and stuff like that. What it does have is the rest of the fancy electronics that my mobile phone has, because the laptop it's a Samsung Galaxy Notebook is what it's called. Samsung Galaxy Notebook. So it's goddamn Samsung expensive, and it fucking completely syncs up with my fucking Samsung phone without me even having to fucking load any specialities on it or anything, because they just work on the same fucking operating system. You know what I mean? So, but it's not the same operating system, because this Samsung is running the Google operating system, while that Samsung is running Windows 11. My gaming computer won't upgrade to Windows 11. It doesn't have that internal chip that lets you upgrade it. You can upgrade what is basically a pirate version, a cut down version of Windows 11, but it's basically just a skin for Windows 10. So my gaming computer, when they stop supporting Windows 10 altogether, is going to probably just be trash. I mean, it won't be. The graphics card, fuck, I could take the graphics card at that point and just make it a Bitcoin mining machine, and maybe my machine will find Bitcoin, maybe it won't. I don't know exactly how it works, but if I came up on it without fucking a bunch of fucking money into fucking it, I don't want to pay $1,000 and make 1,003. That's fucking. And I ain't got the fucking kind of millions of dollars to bet on something and have it go south. So all these fucking e-currencies are fucking doomed. If fucking solar flare makes you fucking have nothing at that point, what? Yeah, that's about what it does, right? A solar flare would make you have nothing. That's crazy. Yeah, I watch some long form science videos and stuff like that, and I can see they have along the timeline along the bottom of the screen down here. That time, the thing with the where it turns red as it plays on that timeline, you could see there's dots, just fucking totally fucking covering that fucking timeline. But I don't see not one ad because I pay that YouTube premium shit. Like I said, it's like 11 something a month I'm paying. Excuse me. The miners are going on strike. Had to have a talk with them. PFR 4117. I'm approaching runway 3 south at airspeed of 410, and I have an emergency landing. Please clear the runway and several properties beyond it. I don't know what I just hit. Oh no, I make things glitch. Oh my god, I keep poking around and I might just find out. The machine gonna kick me in the teeth because it controls my internet experience and I just can't let it be. Cheers. One, two, three, four, five. Hey! Oh boy. Yeah, another reason I really need to get back to Arizona. I've been for several years prescribed a pill that treats like necropathy and nerve damage pain. And I have nerve issues going on in my neck and arm. It affects my hand. I'm right handed. I've lost almost all the strength to grip in my right hand. I mean, it feels swollen. My fingers, they don't look swollen. I mean, these fingers feel like they're fucking too swollen to make a good fist. These are fine. My left hand is fine. My right hand, it's like I got fat fingers not wanting to let my fucking fist close, and it got. Oh, I don't know if the mic picked that shit up, but. Ah. And for years, there's been a urban legend that the coloring in Mountain Dew will make people sterile, make men sterile specifically. I want to caution you into not believing that urban legend because I know from firsthand experience that it isn't true. And you need to continue to be careful on into your older years, even though you've guzzled this shit like a fucking an insane drunk guzzles his wine. You know what I'm talking about? I've guzzled this shit over the years in that same fucking manner. Maybe it originally was about the sugar aspect, but as it stands, Jolt since Jolt Cola, Jolt, Jolt, Jolt Cola, got discontinued. Yeah, yeah. When they only give them specials to new customers, it's fucking bullshit. That's when I'll leave a fucking company, dude. I mean, as it stands, I can't leave the company or complain because I'm not the one paying for my cell phone coverage. My father carries it because I'm one of the people that helps with life on the homestead. But I mean, and there's another thing I don't have to pay for, and it actually they put me on when my mom was still alive. They put me on their car insurance as a driver on their car insurance, and it made their car insurance go down. It's been that long since I had a moving violation, so and it's not like I don't fucking haul ass. I fucking drive fucking too fast. If anything, I always take vehicles to their individual edges. You know what I mean? Some cars don't. You don't want to do 100 mile an hour around a corner in a 1970s Jeep CJ. You're fucking gonna tumble down the road after you go around the corner. You might tumble off into the Circle K right there on the corner. But you know what I mean. But if you go around that fucking sharp 90-degree corner at fucking 35, it's going to scare the fuck out of whoever's in the car and it'll be on the fucking edge of the vehicle. You ain't gotta fucking necessarily get all fucking crazy. You can get a fucking vehicle that you can take it to its edge and it is quite edgy without breaking the laws to the extremes. A sailor ain't a sailor anymore. I've, I've got all of a sudden like a dry nose issue going on. I feel like I got cotton mouth in my nose. I better get cotton mouth in my mouth to deal with the cotton mouth in my nose. Cheers. A ain't a sailor anymore. He ain't busy doing what he ever did before, 'cause a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day and that's your bleeding last. Yeah. If I'm surviving on beer, 2 cans a day is pretty fucking skimpy. If you're a sailor working your ass off sailing, it would be anyway. Now, if you're a fucking lazy motherfucker sitting behind a computer screen, 2 cans of beer might be plenty to survive on for a little while, liquid diet wise. But if you're humping your gun, hunting food, or even worse, hunting with a bow and chasing your food while it dies, you're expending a lot of fucking energy, so you better be consuming a lot of calories. I can in no way ever complain about the quality of the mobile phone service we use. We use the company Verizon, and as far as I can tell, it is, I mean, the best cell phone coverage in America. There's no boogers or anything. It's just getting like dry crevices and shit. Let's jerk shit around, eh? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. That's fucked up. Early in the morning. Walgreens brand generic Flonase. It's called a fluconase. Where the fuck is the word now? Fluconase. Oh, actually, fluticasone. Fluticasone propionate. Glucocorticoid. Allergy symptom reliever nasal spray. It's not it's not one of the nasal over the counter nasal sprays where you spray it and it opens or dilates it with a chemical. You know, you know what I'm talking about. The old fashioned nose sprays that uses a chemical to dilate your shit. They work. You become dependent on them. A buddy of mine had to be put on this shit to get off the other shit. Goddamn, the shit you said just popped up on the screen. See, that's how slow my fucking computer's working. It popped up over here where I could read it and talk back at you, but it just now popped up on the screen. That's fucking crazy. Shit working slow as fuck, man. Oh, the year was 1770. Born free, but forever live in chains. For harmony. Cheers. Row, row, you bastards, you never can tell who owns a glass above a briny hell. Give it all you got. Us, we may never see the land. My nose feels a little better almost instantly. I think it'd been 2 days since I used it. I'm rationing it because I'm paying out of pocket for it right now. Because I'm traveling, my doctors wouldn't remotely treat me while I'm out of state. So I'm basically any meds, like I'm off my nerve, like I said. The problem with being off of the nerve pain med, it's one that they discovered treated nerve pain while they were using it to treat depression and stuff like that. And it's what I take is the Cymbalta for nerve pain, for the nerve damage that is done to the shit in my neck. So it is also an antidepressant. So they're supposed to, you're supposed to be medically monitored when you're coming off of it because it does chemical balancing things in your brain besides being effective for nerve pain. So when you come off, your brain chemicals slide off of the drug. So you're supposed to be under doctor supervision. Well, I'm out of state, and my doctors just wouldn't treat me over like I'm. They've been having me do ever since COVID started. They've been having me do teleconference fucking shit just like this with two-way thing like a call on a Skype, like a Skype call type of thing, but it's a closed circuit. It's a private program just for medical shit. And yeah, they fucking they wouldn't treat me via telecom because I was out of state. I have to be in state to be treated. So I have been off of it for over a month now, and I'm having the same pain issues again. I don't know if when I go back I want to get back on it or not. I may approach my doctor about seeing other specialists about maybe other ways of. I don't know, man. I'm very reluctant to have surgery in my neck. I know people who have had neck surgery and it tripped me out to see the kind of surgery it was. I probably have already talked myself out of ever having that kind of surgery because of what I saw. Where him and his doctor had made the decision to do it and it happened. Boom. It was like he didn't have fucking years to think about it. I mean, he did. He had years to walk around with this shit going on in his neck, thinking, "I got to do something about this. This is fucking me off. I might." They tell me I can kill myself if I crack my neck wrong. You know, at that point you're like, yeah, cut it open and do something about it. Let's do this, and they did. He didn't have he had access to the same shit I watched about it. I don't know if he fucking looked at it or not. When I did, it made me reconsider ever having that kind of surgery done on my neck. All the way together, way away, all the way, Joe. All the way, Joe. all the way together. It looks like you're already gone, but it was really good talking to you, Motor. Been too long. I think I'm gonna change this up. I caught a mood. So says it's 47 degrees out. Now, from the time I was like 10 or 12, all the way up till the time I was 20, we like I visited Silverton, Oregon every summer. One year I went during the winter, and I can honestly tell you this weather here, whether you believe in global warming or not, the weather here is different than it was when I was young. Now, so I stopped coming up when I was 20. I think the last time I came, I was 21, and me and my uncle drove up to do something for like a week, and then came back to went back to Arizona, and yeah, it was like the winter time I spent here was you're looking at 2 feet deep snow, and when we came up, usually we came up in late June, stayed through the 4th of July, and then had to be back down to Arizona before school started in the beginning of in early September, because we still had the full 3 month summer vacations where families left in their cars and went drove to other states and shit like that back then. Doesn't happen so much for the average person anymore. People don't get the time off or the burning money. They don't get the folding money, the money to carry around in their pockets and pull out. They don't get that kind of money anymore. And don't know what else to say, but it just doesn't seem to exist anymore. People don't get in their cars as family units and go. When's the last time you and your family got in your car and went and saw Yellowstone? Went and went to New Orleans during Mardi Gras, maybe, or go take a fucking weekend gambling trip in Atlantic City or Las Vegas. Um, I say Las Vegas, but that's a fucking. The whole West Coast is covered in fucking gambling now, so it doesn't. It's not. It's not so unique to do of a thing. Las Vegas still has its fucking nightlife glamour, though. I guess tonight I'm just talking to nobody, but I guess that's all right. I'm putting myself out there. So yeah. Ah, 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 ah. She was caught in the middle of railroad track in the ground, and he knew there was no turning back. Thunder, thunder, thunder. Am I live streaming? Yes. No one right now. there were two people watching earlier. I'm sitting here though in case anyone comes back on and wants to chat. One of my friends I talked to, who was chatting me up, he lives in New Zealand. He is. Do I do games? Sometimes, yeah. Not right now. I'm just chatting. People like looking at Minecraft too. Minecraft is a game that this laptop will run. I actually have Minecraft on it. No, it's an Xbox controller, but it's designed for Windows computers. Yeah. Well, you know that Xbox and Windows are both Microsoft. That's why the functionality of an Xbox controller when you're on a Windows computer, it's plug and play. There's nothing to install, nothing. I don't have a 360. The only Xbox I own is a very original Xbox, and a a Doom skin put on it, and it still works. No red ring of death. It still works. My buddy was the original owner and still has his music on it. It's fucking badass, dude. Heck yeah. I wish I hadn't lost my glasses. I have to fucking lean way forward to look at the chat.
And you want to hear something stupider?
Hmm.
Because every PS that's ever came out, PS1, PS2, PS3, PSP, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and wait, wasn't there one more or was that it? I know, I think there was one more, right? Or was it just,
PS5's
yeah,
the current flagship.
yeah.
No, I own two PS2s, an original Xbox. My Nintendo is a GameCube, and I have the thing that allows me to plug my uh, Game Boy Advanced into the GameCube, so I can play my Game Boy on on the regular controller on the TV.
That's sick.
Um, the PS2 is the newest console I own. Everything is old
We
and
have
still works.
we have a PS3 that somehow survived going through a whole wall, and then we have one that died because it fell off like a 2 foot like this, just
Yeah,
fell off and just died.
I've been streaming for hour and 7 minutes. Me and my friend were talking for a while there. I was just blabbering to him, and he was chatting with me on the text.
Hey, if you want, is there hardcore on there? Like, can you do like a hardcore thing on Minecraft?
What do you mean?
Like hardcore, if you die, it's over. Like you can't go back on it. You
I,
have to
I'm
restart all over.
I'm sure there is.
Well, if you can do that, that's the thing that everyone likes. Because every time I learn, like I look up Minecraft, anything, hardcore, 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 every single time. There's no survival. There's no creative. It is hardcore.
Well, hardcore is strictly survival mode. That ends. There's no respawn.
Yeah.
No respawn.
No respawn.
You know,
No
on the,
item
on
collecting.
the original Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
when you played Mario Brothers, you got 3 lives unless
Oh,
you did cheats or whatever. You got 3 lives, and then you had to start from the very beginning of the game.
oh yeah. I forgot about that. I think we have a Nintendo, like three Nintendo DSs. What was that called? You know the box with the, oh, I forgot the name. It's with the, oh, what is it called? The, the box, like dang, what is that? A rectangle, and it's like there's a D-pad, and then it's the two buttons, two red buttons.
I don't know.
It's a Nintendo.
Oh, you're talking, yeah, like the original
Yeah,
Nintendo.
regular Nintendo.
Yeah, what you played Super Mario Brothers on.
And then you wanna know what my brother has? A sealed copy of Mario 64.
Nah.
And the thing is, it's just sitting there. He literally can't do anything with it because if he tried to sell it, the last one, it was like a not even it wasn't even an original one. The last one that sold was I think it was $5 million it sold for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even though you could literally just
See, that's the thing. I like collectible things, but I don't.
like paying the price.
Well, I also don't believe in getting something and not enjoying it. I pull my goddamn figurines out of the boxes and play with them. If I wasn't gonna do that, I wouldn't fucking own them. I got a little figurine of fucking the Predator, metal, steel, diecast, diecast Predator figurine. You know, like something you'd use for a role playing game, but it's the movie, The Predator. That guy.
Is it detailed? Like really detailed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a D&D figure. but bigger. It's like a 3-inch tall figurine.
310.
Yeah.
I played D&D one time, and my
Those
cousin
figurines are like 1 inch tall.
yeah,
I
and
have a
my
whole
cousin,
bunch of those.
I played it for the first time ever, right? I beat my cousin first time, one roll, and I don't know how. I landed on a 7, and the thing is, the 7 was my ultra, which is this giant Hydra-looking thing that is like that has like 300,000 health,
Mhm.
and I just sent it up there, and he's just staring like, huh. And when he died, he raged like he was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh,
Wow, 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 wow.
what happened to the TV?
I'm listening to music through it.
Oh,
Wow, wow.
dad said he'll be here in a while.
Get these back into a more comfortable position. Mike's probably in a more useful position as well. I got when I said I got caught a mood, had to change the music. I turned on AC/DC, going with some deep AC/DC cuts. Try to get back to the start. But I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. It's about gone. Cheers. Oh, my neck kind of hurts. I'm fucking hungry. I let myself get broke, man. And I mean broke. Done fucked up and got myself that broke. It's alright. I got money to make. I've got my professional equipment with me, so I just gotta keep that in my brain that I have it with me, and I'm never that stranded as long as I have it. I can do things to help take care of myself that way. And It's not like I'm homeless. I've been paying part of the rent and being here, but how how not homeless are you if this is your bed? Not complaining. It's one of the better couches I've ever laid on as far as laying on it. It's firm enough that it fucking doesn't hurt my back. Some not so deep but still classic cuts playing too, huh? Feeling, I do feel stranded right now though. That is true. I let myself get that broke that I feel stranded as fuck right now. There's lunch meat in the fridge. I'm not that hungry. Or I'd be making myself a sandwich. There's chicken nuggets in the freezer. There's an air fryer. I'm not that hungry right now. I'm unable to just buy what I want when I want, though. I, my first intention this evening was to get my happy ass up and go down to the bar and have a couple of drinks. But yeah, that didn't work out so well. Anyway, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I will be right back. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm back. It wasn't a poop break. It was just a pee break. Boom. Oi, oi, oi. See me ride out of the sunset. I guess I should wait until they start singing. Ride out of this sunset on your color TV screen. Out for all that I can get, if you know what I mean. A woman to the left of me, a women to the right. Ain't got no gun, ain't got no knife. Don't you start no fight. 'Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite, TNT, and I'll win the fight. TNT, I'm a power load. TNT, watch me explode. Mean, mighty unclean, I'm the wanted man. Public enemy number one, understand? So lock up your daughters, lock up your wives, lock up your back doors and run for your lives. The man is back in town. Don't you mess around. 'Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite, TNT, I win the fight. TNT, I'm a power load. TNT, watch me explode. Oi, oi, TNT, 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 I'm dynamite. Watch me explode. Let's finish this load off. I think I burnt some elbow grease there. Elbow oil. Elbow grease. John, how's it going, my brother? Cheers. How you been? Everything going all right for you? I'm I am still traveling right now. I've been out of state for almost 4 months. I'll be heading back to Arizona on the 1st. Oh yeah, that was kind of nasty. Oh, I'm out. I don't know how a singular kid shoe ended up right here. The operative word is that it was singular. It needs to be over where the shoes go, and I just threw it, but I didn't just throw it. I threw it over underneath the shoe rack on the floor where if there's any singular shoe, it should be from being knocked off anyway. Glad you've been good, brother. I mean, I you've moved now. Did you move? Did you upscale yourself? If so, congratulations. If not, good on you for doing what you got to do anyway. I hope you I hope you're moving in the direction you want to move. Right on, right on. Uh, I did I did a dab of some store bought shatter a couple hours ago, but I don't personally have any shatter right now. I'm the proud owner of some store bought flour though. That's what I'm smoking on. And I have both my brass pipe with me and I have some papers that I can roll me one if I want. And I actually prefer my hand rolled joints over pre rolls any day. When I roll a joint, I it's as close to a machine rolled by hand probably as you'll see. I taught myself by getting one of them zigzag rolling machines with the sleeve that rolls around the two rollers. And the first year or so, I just paid. I used that and paid real close attention to what it was doing and emulated it with my fingers. Right on, right on. Keep moving on up. Hell yes. I'm leaning way in because I only brought one pair of glasses on my trip with me, and back in the summertime, at the end of summer there, I went tubing on river, and it like has some, not it wasn't dangerous, but it was like class 2 rapids. So the rapids was enough to make me sitting on a singular inner tube go whoop and just turn upside down. Made me have to jump out the inner tube and grab a hold of it so it wouldn't float away from me. Is what it did. I mean, not that I can't swim. I can do just fine without the inner tube, but I don't want to have to float the whole river without something. Not that I would, because there were other people I was with there too, and I was tied to them until I wasn't. When it flipped, I became untied. Some people don't like it because I use like I put a lot in the joint. I make it basically. I emulate a Camel cigarette when I roll. That's what I'm striving to achieve is a Camel cigarette. A lot of people like pinners when they have joints. I guess I don't know. I like it to be able to breathe enough that it has a cherry like a cigarette, so I can hold it in my hand and it don't go out while I'm sitting here talking and waving it around in front of me and shit like that. Have an actual fucking cigarette cherry on a doobie. You know what I mean? That's the way I like it. That's the reason I like it the way I like it, I should say. But the difference in the weather, the way it is now compared to the way it used to be up here, is amazing to me. The difference. It hasn't snowed. I mean, it's got some cold rain a couple of times, but I haven't even seen ice. And we're almost at Thanksgiving here. Not that, excuse me, I turn my head like it's going to fucking point away from the mic, but the mic moves with my head. I I could not cough in it by there is right here. I know you didn't hear anything I was saying just then, but yeah. Well, I know people who the only one thing I don't like is both ends a pinner and the middle fucking a fatty, an overly fatty. I don't I don't like the fucking American football looking joint. Well, I mean, it can be that way to an extent, like a high school football, but not an NFL ball. An NFL ball is weird, and if you're gonna roll like an NFL football, you got to roll a what they call a blunt, which is where you wrap it with the cigar leaf. And I've been smoking too many of those. I don't like the flavor particularly of the tobacco, and I don't like smoking tobacco. Now, when I was in my 20s, I did some chewing tobacco that wasn't Copenhagen or Skull. That was it almost tasted like candy to me. It was wintergreen stuff that almost tasted like candy to me. Not that I wouldn't enjoy some of that, but I just I don't have the desire to be nicotining up anymore. I quit smoking cigarettes in March 1st of 2011. I haven't smoked a cigarette other than a completely clove cigarette. I have smoked a couple of those. If you know anything about clove cigarettes, you don't want to inhale those anyway because that shit'll make you cough up blood the next day you go inhaling clove cigarettes too much. Girls got rhythm. Playing some of their more famous 3 chord bluesy shit right now. Girls got rhythm. Boom daddle dan down daddle daddle dan down bo daddle dan down daddle daddle dan down. Fucking 3 chord blues riff, man. The most simple blues riff you can fucking dig up, you know. Other than a bass line, which is a 2 chord blues riff usually that jumps around. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, it's you know what? Quitting was easy for me, but what I did was I see for I smoked for you know 25 years. Say I started when I was 17. Before that, I had dabbled in it. Me and my cousins stealing my uncle's fucking camels and puffing them underneath the fucking dugout hole under the edge of a abandoned house. Fucking, the hideout. We were smoking in the hideout when we were kids. The fucking stupid shit. But other than that, I didn't start actually purchasing cigarettes and consuming them till I was 17. Before that, as a kid in the desert, we learned early about chewing tobacco. Though almost every kid I knew chewed Copenhagen or Skull or fucking maybe even one of the fucking Red Man or Beech Nut things. Beech Nut's just wintergreen, Red Man, if you know anything about that too. Uh, it's like a. Did you know that Bugler Company has menthol tobacco that isn't called Bugler? It's called Kite. That is actually Bugler Company menthol cigarettes. Is Kite cigarettes. And I know too much about cigarettes to be a non-smoker, so it's like fucking. But yeah, what? Okay, here's I was to get back to the point I was going to make. The the whole thing about me not smoking is the last 2 years I smoked. The whole time I smoked Camel Wides, and I loved the flavor of Camel Wides, the smell of a fresh open pack. Even now, the smell of a fresh open pack might give me a tingle. But towards the end of my smoking, it's like I'm not going to pay $12 a pack for a pack of cigarettes. When I started smoking, you could buy them for $7, $8 a carton, $1.25 for a single pack out of a cigarette machine or a Circle K, maybe less than a buck at a fucking grocery store for a singular pack. And when I was a kid, well, what's called Bashes now in Wickenburg was called McKeever's. At McKeever's, there was an aisle where there were singular packs of cigarettes that you could grab off the shelf and put in your cart and go up to the register and pay for. Could you imagine that now? The kind of fucking, it's basically, it's like the goddamn ephedrine that they make fucking meth out of. It's fucking, they'd have to put it behind glass, and that's basically what they've done. They put it behind the counter. It'd be like the fucking razor blades nowadays. You gotta get an attendant to come open the cabinet and give them to you, and they fucking basically inform security that there are loose razors on the floor that need to come through checkout. Weird shit, man. I never imagined with a little double edge. I use a fucking old fashioned safety razor. It takes double edged razor blades and bends it into a fucking shaver, you know. And fucking those double edged razor blades, like if I buy them online, I can get them like 10 for $1 or something like that. They're insanely cheap. But for me to go into Walmart and go over by the pharmacy and get a pack of 10 of those double edged razor blades, I have to push a button and call an attendant to come over to that fucking cabinet and open it up for me to get a $2 pack of 10 razor blades at Walmart for my safety razor, for my old fashioned safety razor that was my grandpa's at one time. It's just fucking ridiculous that you have to go through. What the fuck are you keeping them out of kids' hands so they don't cut people with them or themselves? Is that the idea? Is that the idea with the fucking Bic shavers? Because they're under the same fucking sheet of glass that my fucking double-edged razor blades are. So are they trying to keep kids from cutting themselves and others? Is that the idea? Is it fucking trying to keep people from stealing them because they're such a small object? Well, my fucking razor blades are fucking $1 a pack shit. What the fuck are you fucking overstressing? I guess people are going to steal what they can steal. And they got an aisle where there's 99-cent candy boxes. You tell me people ain't fucking swiping those as much as they would before they would razor blades? People who come into Walmart to swipe are either fucking crazy arrogant or they're fucking hungry. They ain't fucking there to. Crazy arrogant motherfuckers go in and walk out with tool sets and shit like that. That's insane. Well, it looks like you're not there anymore, but it was good talking to you, John. Thanks for stopping by. With might have been. It's all in the name of liberty. All in the name of liberty. I've got to be free. Jailbreak. Jailbreak. Just put a little bit in the pipe at a time. That way I don't become overly flavored of resin at any given time that I'm smoking it. It's like one hitter bowl on a bong. I don't want a fucking bowl on a bong. I want a fucking hitter on a bong. All these people selling these fucking glass bongs these days. Yeah, you can get the funnel bowl, which is what you have to do if you want to do one hitter style smoking. But because I like it to pull the fuck through and be trapped by the water and be able to be rinsed away later. I don't want to have to deal with the ash. I can deal with it out of the water and down the fucking drain. It broke up a little more than I would have intended, actually, at this moment. It does smell good. It smells weedy enough, marijuana-y enough for my taste. See, that's one of the things about resin, other types of extracts, shatter, BHO, wax, diamonds, all that shit. Yeah, you might get a 90% concentration of THC out of it, yes. But I like full spectrum marijuana. I don't want 90% THC. I want all the other cannabinoids that come along with it when you smoke the plant. If all you're smoking is THC, you're not getting the real yeah, you may get some fucking head change benefit out of it. Yeah, you may get high as fuck, but your good stuff for your body ain't there. It may do brain chemical stuff, like it will help epilepsy to smoke shatter or oils, concentrates. Tincture under the tongue is the best for that. But everyone I know who uses it for seizures uses it for recreation as well. So they just always smoke it to try and stave it off, you know what I mean? Which works, don't get me wrong. They've proven it through, if you look at the Charlotte's Web strain, it was made for that girl Charlotte, little girl that had insane seizures. It fucking, they made tincture out of it and fucking it. She went from having what something they said like a fucking 250 fucking regular seizures and fucking several grand mal seizures every day to having like fucking 3 seizures a month. And that's fucking insane fucking progress. And that's fucking not medically insignificant. And that's no. And the fact that it's Schedule 1 still at the federal level when something that medically significant has come from it is insane. It's almost evil. It feels evil. It feels evil to me for it to still be a class 1 controlled substance. It's in the same category with brown tar heroin, you know? We're not talking heroin that's medical grade. And they use heroin that's medical grade. That's what all opiates are made of. Not opioids. Opioids is a class of similar chemicals. Opiates are made from the opium poppy, which is what heroin is made from. So, what do you know? Heroin is an opiate, is all it is. Brown tar, black tar. It's not pure. It's gross shit, and then you wonder why you see them fucking taking their bick and cooking a spoon until it boils, because of impurities that make brown tar, black tar, heroin, brown and black tar. Because pure heroin it's going to look. Pulp Fiction got it right with the looks. It's going to look like cocaine. Cocaine. But I'm not trying to glorify any of that. I'm just saying it's in this. They classify it as something altogether different when it's not. It is impure, and people put it in their veins, they can die. But people in Russia been slamming crocodile into their fucking muscles and getting giant abscesses and going crazy. Basically, a self-inflicted leprosy going on there, and people still doing it. What do you do? People in Florida fucking smoking bath or taking bath. I don't know. Do you smoke it? I don't know about bath salts. I don't have the knowledge. They call it bath salts because that's a tricky way to sell shit and not call things what it is. But same thing with what they're calling spice. Spice is basically potpourri with chemicals sprayed on that shit. You smoke it and you get the high from the chemicals that they sprayed on the like I can tell you a plant that if you smoke the leaves of it, you don't get anything from it. I mean, as far as ingesting anything, you can still get smoke inhalation from burning leaves. Any burning leaf can give you a smoke inhalation issue. That being said, if you take the leaves of a marigold, dry them and smoke them, you'll get a flavor very close to what I would call Mexican dirtweed. And if you take that and sprayed it with something that would vaporize and get someone high as fuck, they might not ever realize they're not smoking weed when they're smoking spice. Which is fucked up. But they put it on shit that's looks like potpourri. That's the funny shit. Look like you're gonna, the potpourri you put in the little boiling pot, the rose petals and dried cinnamon apple chips, and you know what I mean, the potpourri, the little dried flakes of shit. That's what that fucking store that you used to buy out of the head shop. That's what it looked like, was potpourri to me. I never bought any of it or smoked any of it. But why would I smoke a fucking chemical laced fucking potpourri instead of fucking going to my buddy down the street and buying a bag of weed, which at the time the bag of weed would land you in prison, and the goddamn spice you could write off as potpourri because it looked like potpourri. It looked like fucking rose petals and fucking spiced fruit flakes and shit like that. Spiced dried fruit flakes, and I don't know how else to describe it. It was potpourri. Give me a second. I gotta go speak to the miners again. I don't know if that's working or not. There it goes. Miners are trying to go on strike on me, man. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, if the goddamn shit turned back on, I don't know. Woohoo! Cheers. I tried to switch the camera back on. Being fucking slow. Watch it. The camera's catching everything and it's going to play it. In case no one knows, talking to the miners is a code word for mining gold from the mine that is your nose. I'm certain that I clicked on that motherfucking camera switch. There it goes. Apparently I had to click it again, man. My computer's running really fucking slow. Wouldn't be surprised if my video and audio ain't off from each other. Out of sync. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's nice. I never did fucking read the name off of here. Oh, I'm smoking Jack Herer. That's right. I don't know why I didn't remember that. I think I just flicked a bud away that was in the floor on without realizing it was a bud before I did it. Oh well. I never hardly smoke the buds that fall on the floor. I mean, I never do smoke the weed that falls on the floor after I break it up. I won't do it. Not here, not at home. I don't do that. If there's stuff in my floor, I don't want nowhere near going in my mouth or inhaling the burning thereof. Like I said, I really don't want to smoke any more fucking blunts, but that's what they like to smoke here, so I don't know. I really don't want to though. Before I came up here this trip, there were people up here in the northwest corner of the United States who proclaimed that the best and strongest weed currently on the market was being grown here. I'm going to say they might have the best weed growing here, but it's not necessarily market weed. It's private growers' weed. Might grow pretty nice up here because of conditions. If I had a tent indoors here, I could grow like a motherfucker. That's without a doubt. I'm an outdoor grower, and I'm here to tell you the outdoor conditions are uncontrollable in a lot of aspects. So anybody who tells you that light leaks issue thing, it's so full of shit. You know what fucking how much fucking moonlight keeps it bright all night? Half of every month is lit. Half of every month is lit by the moon. I mean, fuck. If there ain't a bigger light leak than that, if there's a bigger light leak than the moon, yeah, right. You know, ain't no such thing as a bigger light leak than the moon, or the stars, or the air traffic, or city lights shining on the clouds, or because the city lights have encroached my little town now. My little town I no longer consider a separate little entity out in the desert. It is still unincorporated and has a lot of open range around it where you have to drive careful because cattle have the right of way. And I'm not saying that morally cattle have the right of way. I'm saying that size makes right, and you don't want to run a car or hardly anything into a cow. There's a reason they don't like cows on the railroad tracks and why old steam engines had cattle pushers, like those big guards that stuck out in a big triangular point out in front of the train. Those were designed to pick cows up and throw them to the side rather than fucking have them get trapped under the train. Because cow will derail a motherfucking train. People don't realize what a fucking cow bone can do. A motherfucker will derail a fucking train. It angles right under that wheel. It. That's why they made them like that, just so cows wouldn't derail them when they were chugging along through open range desert. Because that's where ranches were along the railroad tracks. Because how else are you going to get supplies? I mean, in the desert. Out here, I'm sure Oregon here, in this the greenest part on the coastal side of the fucking Cascades, it's it's so green here. It just you could raise cattle away from supplies. You could raise cattle independently out by yourself. You could dig cow ponds that would fill up from the rain and snow. At least when I was a kid. And at this point, it's pretty rainy here, yeah. I ain't seen nothing that looked like no snow. When I was a kid, I think it would have been under a foot of snow by now. That's, I don't mean a child kid. I mean, till I was 21 years old, I was coming up here. Which is that to me, being the old man now. Someone who's 21 is probably fucking youngster to me, yeah. Hell, I don't know. Do I keep streaming and hope someone comes in right now? I don't know. I've enjoyed chatting with folks tonight, but I don't know. Anyway, cheers. Yeah. So I, I'm thinking I want to take. God, excuse me. I hadn't turned it back on anyway. I talking to you and had my mic shut off. So I thought I was coughing in y'all's ear, and then I did after I turned it back on just now. So good. I'm an idiot. Nobody's listening. Yeah. 2011 was when March 1st, 2011 was the last day of February was the last cigarette I had before I went to bed that night. When I got up in the morning, I haven't smoked a cigarette since. after a second, just 'cause I know I can. Trying to bend the truth, lying my way from you. No, it's Linkin Park and Jay-Z.
I swear I heard Eminem.
No, that's a black guy. It's Jay-Z.
Sounds like Eminem.
The black kid thinks Jay-Z is Eminem. That's funny. Did you hear what I said to him?
What?
I said, the black kid thinks Jay-Z is Eminem.
Anybody watching it?
Huh?
Anybody watching?
I think they just now left. Yeah, there's people. I've been talking to people since we talked earlier.
Go into my room. I was wondering where you guys were. Smoking marijuana. Oh, no.
Behind the fucking Circle K. Or 7-Eleven. It was a 7-Eleven, right? Right on, an electric lighter. Thank you.
The only thing
Will you put that one in the trash can for me?
so it is. It has settings.
It's a flashlight too.
Yeah. But it strobes. That's the bad thing.
Jade!
Got pre-roll.
I'm live streaming. It's all good. There's not even anyone there right now. No, but I talked to a couple of people I hadn't seen in a while.
Show my lighter.
Oh. He got him a electrical lighter. It's got the little taser cross on the top. Back in Whitman, I got one that looks like a calligraphy pen with a cap on it, but when you push up on it, two little prongs come out like a taser, and it does a single arc across it. Uh-huh. 4 meeting in the middle, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if I was going to, you got more weed besides these pre-rolls?
No.
Oh, okay. If you need weed, I still have weed. Oh, that smells good. That smells, purple punch. Yeah, let's smoke this. I was thinking, your dad was going to be here already, but he said that Junior said he was going to be back soon. Yeah. What?
I like that cooler, Jerry. It has a safety on it. So you gotta take this off.
I like it.
And press the button.
And then the button to fire, it's on top, right?
Yep. Inside.
Completely separate. Yeah. Yep. I like it. You got one lit already. Where'd I do with the tube for this?
And honestly, that for a little light.
That's a bright fucking little flashlight, and it's rechargeable. So.
Yeah, and then you got this one. The only one that I don't like is this one.
Well, yeah, but And there's a reason to have that. It makes a great safety light to point at traffic if you're changing a tire on the side of the road.
Correct.
Not to use to see, to point at traffic, oncoming traffic.
So it works good for like Jay.
But it's not going to work for bongs and stuff.
No, but you just gotta be patient.
Mm-hmm.
This
It,
is something I'm.
you got to be even more patient with that little 2-prong one I have.
Yeah, this one right here. I think I'm gonna keep in my couch. That way I just walk around. And sit on my couch. I'm gonna start lower. I was gonna buy this and
I've been streaming for 2 hours and 13 minutes now.
almost the whole time we were gone.
I talked to Cleveland Motor from New Zealand. Rosalie threw it on top of my computer earlier because she knew it would fucking irk me. Literally, that is what happened with it. It slithered off like a snake, and I went, shoved it away.
Yes, you do. You have the harness, and that leash was Stella's originally. Yes. That leash came from me and Chloe.
Yeah, no, I'm glad Lilith found a home because I have a project dog in mind. I want to do that. I want that dog of my sister's, that fucking.
We don't have the gray one. They chewed it up. Or Chloe chewed it up.
I made a good choice of changing music. I'm enjoying this playlist. I was listening to AC/DC for like an hour, and it was great when I first started playing it. It was playing some deep cuts that I hadn't heard in a long, long time, you know? But then it got into a whole set of fucking mainstream stuff, and it was like, I don't need to hear Thunderstruck again. Not even songs I like, and maybe even songs I like to perform, like a whole lot of Rosie. I love that song. I love performing it, but I no longer enjoy listening to the original. I burnt myself out on it.
I want to get more of my tattoos done.
Woo! And if you really get the desire, you can use your lighter as a motivational taser against a dog putting its butthole on your bare toe or something like that. Yeah. Yours is too nice to do that way. Mine, I paid fucking $3.59 for from Wish or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like it. What I mainly like is the case.
I had it for a long time and lost it, and then after it was gone for like a month, I said I couldn't live without it. I want another one, so I ordered a second one.
Eventually, when we go back down to Whitman,
I should have.
like we don't ever plan on going back down there. We do. And if we can, we can end up bringing more shit back down here, like all the girls' school shit.
Oh, sorry, Jade. Didn't mean to scare you off.
What are you talking about? It's inside of the bottom of the
I was
tiny
trying to
inside the fucking
let the dog be
trailer.
on the screen some. Ah, god damn it.
I'm gonna go lay down there. We're not too bad.
Uh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Jam, sucker, jam. Move, sucker, move. Move, sucker, move. Dance, dance, sucker, dance. I've been doing tiny bowls so that I get lots of green hits. And that's the way I've been enjoying mine is doing tiny bowls so it constant green hitting. You know what I mean? That's the purpose I feel of the cone bowl that came with the Zong. It's for doing little one hits. Butthole surfers.
This is how I kept signaling the fucking the bus.
Pointing it at the ground so it'd light up the ground. Yeah.
I've been switching them back and forth between that one and the fucking the scorpion one. And people are always so surprised when I tell them I'm 23 with 3 kids.
Coming down the mountain. I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and cheers. You look through other people's eyes. I don't know if that works for the mic or not. Maybe if I talk out of the side of my mouth real loud. Taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugar and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes. I want some plain potato chips, like plain. Salty Lay's plain potato chips.
After you in the morning, dude.
Alright,
I'm gonna go to work and show off my new lighter to people that don't smoke.
coming down the mountain. Mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I don't know. I don't think they did between when you left and when they left.
Oh, I think that's even before.
Other people's eyes. They play this song with an almost bagpipey drone going. Butthole surfers. What is it? What's it called? Is it called Coming Down the Mountain? Is it called Avalanche? I don't know. Butthole Surfers, I know it's the band. The dentures are in the closet tonight. No teeth for y'all. My tongue, I gotta say, as far as my abilities as a lover, you might like my smile when my teeth are in. Shut the hell up! Come on, dude. Just 'cause they came in and went upstairs does not make that okay. Planetary, intergalactic, intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic. Another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension. I never. I enjoy this song for the song that it is, but I never got so into this song as to learn the lyrics. There are several Beastie Boys songs I do like enough that I learned the lyrics. Beastie Boys is a difficult karaoke. I mean, honestly, it's three dudes hollering at the microphone. So it's like you're keeping up with three dudes breathing. Coffee and cream. Intergalactic, planetary, planetary, intergalactic. Planetary. So it's been a while since at this point in the night, have chosen to remain awake. Right now, it's Saturday night. The volume is not going to disturb neighbors. Obviously, I haven't changed the volume, and Motor said he couldn't hear it. My mic is directional, so that has something to do with it. But yeah, it's not. It's not vibrating walls. It's not vibrating the fucking anything. The goddamn dog is making noises that is kind of perturbing. Hmm. I'm gonna have to shut off the music going through the TV and put it on the computer so it's playing through my headphones right here. That's what I'm gonna have to do. First things first, and the first step in that process is stopping the music. Blow it away. Turn off the Wi-Fi. I don't have to be on the Wi-Fi on my phone if I'm not casting to the TV. Yeah. Coming up on 2.5 hours at this point. It is currently 1:05 a.m. on November 19th, 2023. The temperature outside this building is a rainy 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, when I was a kid, I'm almost certain that would be snow falling right now. And it doesn't happen when you're in the mountains and it's 49 degrees. It's going to be rain. If you're down in lowlands at 49 degrees, you could get hail. But hey, yeah, but you ain't getting fucking snow at 49 degrees in the mountains. That's summertime fucking weather when I was a kid. I swear to God. Cold it is right now. I remember in July going to swim in a fucking pond. When I say pond, it was fed by a spring in an old, is where an old quarry had hit underground water and filled up. So I don't know if the water was cold. It wasn't. A pond like that in Arizona would fucking be in the 80-degree range in the middle of summer. Okay, so what was the temperature outside at that time? I don't remember, but I remember the water couldn't have been more than fucking 50 degrees. I remember my cousin and his friends getting undressed and getting in that water, and at the same time I got undressed and got in that water, I had to turn around and climb right the fuck back out of that water and put my clothes the fuck back on because it was unnaturally cold to me. And that was in the middle of fucking summer. And right now, it's not any colder than that was to me. It's fucking, and it's goddamn almost December. It is almost, I mean, what, we're a month away from winter at this point. In the northern hemisphere, we're a month away from winter, right? The winter solstice, when commonly considered the beginning of winter, the shortest night of the year, somewhere around December 21st. Pagan celebration Yule, where the Yule log or the Yuletide references come from. The decorated pine tree come from Greco-Roman celebration called Saturnalia, celebrating the Saturn, the equivalent of Zeus. It was at the winter solstice and they decorated pine trees, but it was also in Rome celebrated in an orgy fashion. So yeah, what the Christians celebrate as Jesus' birthday was originally an orgy held in honor of Saturn, not the equivalent of Zeus. Excuse me. The equivalent of Zeus would be Jupiter, the god Saturn. It was their celebration, and it was the winter solstice. It in more Celtic traditions, maybe family histories that I'm more familiar with than those. You know, it is the winter solstice that you celebrate, but it's in Wicca, it's the rebirth of the horned god who is reborn every year on the solstice to bring, when the sun's days start getting longer, is him bringing the light back. So is the horned god, also known as the Lord of the Hunt during the green months. He's the big deer stag headed god that is the male half of the Wiccan dichotomy. The female is the moon goddess, the which is three pronged. If that sounds familiar to any other religions, there's a triad on specifically one side of the dyad. So it's the maiden, the mother, and the crone are the three phases. And I'm assuming you're including the fourth phase as the death slash rebirth. But which would be the new moon. But the mother is the full moon. It's in the depictions. It's the goddess with the big round moon full belly. And the maiden is a beautiful a vestal virgin type of figure, and crone is a witch or a goddess or whatever the female aspect of the representation in that society. It was the once the woman went through the midlife change, through menopause, you became the crone. You no longer bear children. You're no longer the mother, you're the crone. Which is where the name Crohn's disease comes from, because it was connected to women who had passed menopause. It had become associated. So, yeah, whole bunch of fucking uh, lore stuff coming spilling out of me. I'm pretty stoned right now, and I got an almost brand new Mountain Dew. Although I really wanted a Pepsi tonight. I had an aching craving and didn't fulfill it. right now, I could go for a fucking yummy bean and cheese burrito with fucking Mexican rice on the side. Like the little, they put the lettuce, a little garnish salad with it, tomatoes and lettuce. I bought the last time I went out and ate, I bought a deep fried bean burrito from one of the Mexican places that is, they make, it reminded me of one of the Bertos in Arizona. You have the original, which was based in Arizona but is also in New Mexico and California now. It's called Philly Bertos. This was like the Wayback Machine. They're like the OG Americanized but still authentically Mexican. I guess that's the way you would. I don't know. There's an Americanization to the fucking thing in the presentation of the food. If you go into an authentic Mexican restaurant, you're not going to stand at a counter to order. I mean, if you stand at a counter to order, you're not standing at a counter, you're standing at a bar. And you're probably planning on eating standing up if you're standing at it. So weird definitions of what one would consider authentic or not. Authentic versus Americanized. That place that falls in that little bit of gray area between authentic and fucking Americanized. And it only retains its authenticness. The southern half of Arizona is an extremely recent acquisition to the United States in the fact that the Mexican-American War in the late 1800s at the end of it there was a treaty between the United States and Mexico. The treaty is called the Treaty of Hidalgo, Guadalupe Hidalgo. The Guadalupe Hidalgo was the treaty, not the person. I'm not going to talk on that because I never really studied the person. But it was the person on the Mexican side, I think, that was involved in brokering the treaty. That their representative who helped finalize what was the final thing by agreement. And the treaty means that to this day, the land ceded in that treaty Spanish is considered a first language in that area. So there's an area in southern Arizona and New Mexico that was still Mexico well into California being a state of the United States. Arizona was the last territory, contiguous, was the last, the 48th state. 49th was Alaska, and the 50th was Hawaii. So if you study American Hawaiian history, you're only studying back to right around the World War eras. Before that, they were a British territory in Pacific Polynesia. I get Pacific Greater Polynesia. I think that's how it was described in genetic terms of the relationships of the people to other peoples around them. I believe it was described as Polynesian. That's what the Hawaiians are. I believe that's very close relation to Samoa. They say the people that lived on Easter Island were Polynesian. Easter Island is an example of the consumption drive of humans being viral. Said that islanders rode to that island in the outrigger fucking pontoon, the Hawaii 5-0 fucking rowboats, and big versions of them, and like what is it, the sailboat version. Anyway, they sailed to there on the winds of the Pacific breeze and rode tides and paddled. So, not unlike what the Vikings did across the north side of the world, right? Pacific Island hopping would be fucking monstrous in comparison to what the Vikings did. The Vikings did something very simple in comparison to fucking Pacific Island hopping. Those people could follow some stars. Pacific Islanders. Yeah. If you didn't know if you didn't know where you were and where you were going, there's no way you could hit a dot like Hawaii or fucking, think about like Midway, places like that. Couldn't find that. These steamboats that didn't have fucking modern compasses would miss those places. I don't know. I downloaded a fucking airplane game, but I'm gonna delete it because it's fucking. I don't want it taking up space. It won't let me use the joystick. It wants me to fly by keyboard, and my arrow keys are fucking not right. They're not right for playing games. This ain't a gaming computer. This is a digital notebook, basically. Lucky that it can run fast enough to run this program at all. This is a Streamlabs version of OBS. I have the original OBS on here as well, which is a lot more streamlined, basic version. I like the Streamlabs version because, obviously, I got some pretty good control over something, the scene variations and shit like that. Like, I switch right here. I don't know how slow my computer's going to be right now, but there we go. See, that's my gaming thing. Normally, let me go and I can't even see right now. I really wish I wouldn't have lost my goddamn glasses in the river. I'm waiting for my scene to change in the controls. There it comes. Well, see, I clicked on the game thing and it still hasn't switched over to let me work in the game's scenes controls. It's still on the live screens controls. And it's being real fucking shitty slow about changing up here. Now if I go over and click on that live again right there, you can see where I'm pointing. These things here. Ooh, did it change? It changed. Is my mic still working? I don't fucking know that it is. I can't tell. Yeah, there it seems to be going. Yeah. Okay. See, my fucking, that little, this, that's a fucking mic meter right there, and it's not showing. There it goes. It's showing it now. Am I just not getting the mic? Because this is the mic volume right here. And see there, it's showing that it's going to halfway up the meter. So it should be going halfway up the meter the whole time I'm talking, and it's barely jumping up. Every fucking few seconds it'll pop up for a second. There it popped up tiny. See there, it's popping up to where the top out dot's at, but it's not doing it every time I speak as far as I can tell, unless it's really fucking delayed to it. I hope my voice ain't coming through that delayed compared to the picture. I can't see here. Oh my god. That was easy. That went back really quick when I clicked that. When I clicked that, I feel an obligation to speak much lower now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pop, pop goes the nostril. I need to fire this back up. Smoke on it some more. I'm starting to feel tired now. And having been without my meds for a while sucks. There's some normal medication, and by normal I mean non-psychoactive medication. I'm definitely getting back on like a lisinopril. It's a blood pressure med, and they gave it to me because I was borderline high blood pressure. Not that I was full blown high blood pressure, but being borderline high blood pressure gives issues to getting injections in your back because the higher your blood pressure, the more likely it is to push the medicine back out. So basically, they wanted me to take lisinopril to make sure my blood pressure was regulated so they could put the injections in my back without worrying that it was all for nothing and being pushed right back out. Yeah. I don't feel so hot about. I don't know. Some things for me have put me way outside my comfort zone currently. So, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking here. Hmm. I don't know. Things are running slow, so I am going to shut this down for the night. We are coming up on 3 hours. We're at 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 54 seconds of being live. And it says I currently have 0 viewers, and it is 1:32 a.m. So I am